Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitamrita class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Niritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamhyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Nutamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitamrita Holy class. We are discussing from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya lila. We are in chapter 8. The wonderful discussion going on between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. So far, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had asked many things. He asked prominently 4 questions to Ramananda Rai. First, he asked, please describe the highest perfection of human life. Sadhya, highest sadhya. What is the highest sadhya? Ramananda Rai began by telling about Swadharma Acharan, that is Varnashram. Mahaprabhu rejected it. Ramananda Rai described Sarva Dharma Krishna Karmarpana. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi. Ramananda Rai said Sarva Dharma Swadharma Tyag. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Jnana Shunya Bhakti, Jnane Prayasamudapasya Namanta Eva. That time Mahaprabhu said, Eho hai, aage kaha. Ramananda Rai started explaining more about sadhana bhakti, Vaidhi bhakti and Raganuga bhakti. In Raganuga bhakti, he described Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and ultimately Madhurya. Mahaprabhu said, Eho uttam, aage kaha. Ramananda Rai described about the Kanta Prem, the love of gopis. Amongst that, love of Srimati Radharani. Then Ramananda Rai described the Radha Tattva. Who is Srimati Radharani? Mahaprabhu asked about the truth of Radha Krishna and their pastimes. Ramananda Rai said, Oh my Lord, whatever you are making me speak, I am speaking. Tumi nat ami sutradhar, tumi aichena chao taichen sahi nachibar. I am a puppet in your hand. You are inspiring me to speak. हृदय प्रेरणा कर जिह्वाय कराओ वाणी की कहिए भाल मंद किच्छु न जानी. It describes about Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva. Then he describes about the glories of Srimati Radharani in more detail. How Radharani, she wants to serve Krishna and all the gopis, they also want to serve, assist Radha and Krishna in their pastimes. Mahaprabhu asked the 3rd question. Can you tell me the sadhan to attain this sadhya? Highest goal is Gopi Bhava, Kanta Prem. Ramananda Rai says there is only one way, Rag Marga. When we follow in a Braj Bhava, in the footsteps of the gopis, then we can attain this highest destination. Otherwise, it is not possible to attain this destination. He explains the loving dealings of gopis and Radharani, how the gopis they assist Radha Krishna in their pastimes. Radharani wants to put gopis in front, and gopis want to put Radharani in front, and both enjoy million times more happiness in assisting the other. Fourth question Mahaprabhu asks about the greatest things. What is the greatest education? Says devotional service. What is the greatest reputation? Reputation of being a devotee. What is the greatest wealth one has? The wealth of Premadhan. What is the greatest pain one can have? To be separated from devotees. Who is a liberated person? The pure devotee is the highest of all liberated people. Muktana Siddhana. What is the best song to be sung? The loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. What is the most auspicious activity? Association of devotees. Like that he goes on describing wonderful. And we discussed till verse number 257. In that, Ramananda Rai described the most worshipable object. Mahaprabhu asked, among all the worshipable objects, which is the chief? Ramananda Rai said, amongst all the worshipable objects, the holy name of Radha and Krishna, it is the topmost. So all these things Ramananda Rai discussed with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then, after inquiring all these wonderful things, now we are discussing 257th verse. Mahaprabhu asks, Mukti bhukti vanche kaha duhar gati sthavar deha deva deha aiche avasthiti. Mahaprabhu asks, what is the destination of a person who wants liberation? And what is the destination? Liberation means impersonal Brahman. And what is the destination of a person who wants fruitive, who does fruitive activity, bhukti? Ramananda Rai says, the person who wants to merge in Brahman, his destination is like destination of the trees, no activity. Prabhupada writes, although Brahman is also energy of the Lord, but there is no activity going on there. So that's why it is not such a wonderful type of liberation. Devotees are not even interested in that. So that is the last Prabhupada writes, the last destination of the Buddhist philosophers is to just become like a stone, which is immovable and is neither material and spiritual activity. Then Prabhupada describes the destination of the karmis. Now, in 258 and 59 verses, Ramananda Rai gives a very, very graphic example to describe what is jnana and what is prema. और असज्ञ काक चूसेगा ज्ञान निम्ब फले रसज्ञ कोकिला खाए प्रेमाम्र मुकुले. Or असज्ञ काक, those who are devoid of the rasa of love of God, they don't know about transcendental mellow, they are like crows. And the crows, they taste the bitter fruits of neem tree. Rasagya kakachuse jnana nimba phale. All the knowledge, the philosophical speculation or the impersonal Brahman Gyan, it is like jnana nimba phale. It is very bitter. No such wonderful taste. So there are three types of knowledge: Atma Gyan, Kevala Gyan, and Ishvara Gyan. A devotee is not at all interested in Kevala Gyan. And not so much in Atma Gyan also. The devotee is interested in Ishvara Gyan. And by developing this Ishvara Gyan, the devotee automatically develops Atma Gyan. In the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks a question. Evam satata yukta ye bhakta svam pariupasate Ye chapyaksharam apyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamah. Out of those who are interested in Atma Gyan and those who are interested in Bhagavat Gyan, which is better? This is commentary of Baldev Vidyabhushan. Prabhupada also comments in another way. What is it? Which is better? Impersonal or impersonal way of worshipping the Lord or practicing devotional service? Baldev Vidyabhushan describes Atma Gyan or Ishwar Gyan, which is better? Krishna says, of course, Maya Veshya Mano Yemam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Teme Yukta Tamamata. Of course, the process of worshipping personal God, Maya Veshya Mano Yemam, if somebody worships me personally, that is any times better. Teme Yukta Tama. Because all this in Atma Gyan and Ishwar Gyan, in both of this, Ishwar Gyan is better. Then what to speak of Kevala Gyan and Atma Gyan? Kevala Gyan is not in question itself. Devotees are not at all interested in Kevala Gyan. Rasagya Kakachushe Gyan Nimba Phale. Rasagya Kokila Khai Premamara Mukule. Those who enjoy the mellows are like the cuckoos. The cuckoos, they eat the wonderful fruit of mango tree of love of God. Rasagya Kokila Khai Prema Amra Mukule. The birds of the mango tree. That is how glorious the process of devotional service is. Prema, it is full of bliss. Then he describes the difference between Gyanis and the Bhaktas. Abhagya Gyani Aswadaya Shushka Gyan Krishna Prema Mritapan Kore Bhagyavan. He says, Abhagya Gyani, the unfortunate Gyanis, impersonal, empiric philosophers, Asmadaya Shushka Gyan. They taste just dry logic, dry philosophical knowledge. It is not so full of juice or rasa. It is very, very dry. But the devotees, Krishna Prema Amritapana Kore Bhagyavan, only a Bhagyavan gets the chance to relish this Krishna Prema Amrit. And Mahaprabhu has personally shown this in his pastimes. Just before coming to this South India Yatra, Mahaprabhu transformed Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, who was a great logician. He was the head of all the Mayavadis. And after he becomes a devotee, Mahaprabhu and all the devotees were there in Rath Yatra. Just before Rath Yatra, in between the Rath Yatra, Mahaprabhu and associates, they go to Indradyumna Sarovar. And there they are enjoying wonderful water pastimes. Advaitacharya is playing with Nityananda Prabhu. Sarvam Bhattacharya is playing with Ramananda Rai. Sarvabhauma Sangh Khele Ramananda Rai. Gambhirya Gela Tuhar Hoila Shishu Prai. They were very grave, sober personalities. Sarvam Bhattacharya was a very elderly person. And Ramananda Rai was known to be very, very sober, very composed, calm. Gambhirya Gela Tuhar Hoila Shishu Prai. They both are behaving like kids, playing like small children. Mahaprabhu, when he is seeing all this scene, he is also, very astonished and amused. Mahaprabhu Tadohar Chanchalya Dekhiya, Gopinath Acharya Kahena Kichu Hasya. He calls Gopinath Acharya. He's smiling, seeing Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya playing like child. He says, Pandit Gambhir Tuhe Pramanik Jan, Bal Chanchalya Kore Koraye Varjan Karaha Varjan. Oh, these two are Pandit, they are very, very great scholars. Pandit, Gambhir duhe, they are very sober. Pramanik Jan, people, they follow them. And what are they doing here? They are playing like children. Bala chanchalya kare, please stop them. Tell them not to behave like children. What will people say? Gopinath Acharya kahe Mahaprabhur prati Bhattacharya ina tumi kaila yahi gati. He says, Oh Mahaprabhu, this is all your mercy. You have done this too. What you have done this to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya? Gopinath Acharya kahe Tumar Kripa Sindhu Uchalit Kori Bare Yare Ek Bindu. Oh my Lord, you are Kripa Sindhu. And a one drop is sufficient to drown all of them because your mercy can drown even Meru and Mandar. Meru Mandar Dubai Jatha Tatha Ei Bui Ganda Shail Ihara Ki Katha. Oh, these are like small pebbles. Your mercy can drown even Meru and Mandar. What to speak of these two people? They are like small pebbles here. शुष्क तर्को खोली खाइते जन्म गेला जार तारे लीलामृत पियाओ हे कृपा तुम्हार Mahaprabhu, this Sarvam Bhattacharya, whole life he has eaten dry cakes of logic. Shushka tark khali khaite janma gela jar. Whole life he has wasted in all this philosophical, mental speculation, impersonal gyan. By your mercy, Tare Lilamrit Piyao, Ek Kripa Tomar, it is your mercy that you are making him drink this nectar of Krishna Prem. So that's how it is so very wonderful that by the mercy of Lord, even a person like Sarvam Bhattacharya, he was not an ordinary Mayavadi. He was the chief of all the Mayavadis. He was teaching Mayavad. He had this desire to help Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he was thinking, Are, he's a young sannyasi. निरंतर यहाँ के वेदांत सुनाइब वैराग्य अद्वैत मार्गे प्रवेश कराइब I'll teach him Vedanta and he'll become strong in Vairagya and Advaita Marga. Mahaprabhu transformed him also. So in this way, both of them, they are discussing every day, day after day. Mat Dvijana Krishna Katharase Nritya Geeta Rodane Hoila Ratri Sheshe. In this way, Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai, they are discussing Krishna Katha whole night. Nritya, Geeta, Rodane. They're chanting, sometimes dancing, sometimes crying. In this way, the night passed. This is like everyday schedule. Whole day, they are doing their job. Ramanandra is doing his government services. Mahaprabhu is doing his preaching, chanting, dancing. And throughout night, they are discussing. They're not even sleeping. Next day morning, the morning came. They both departed for their morning duties, daily duties. Again in the evening, Ramanandra returned. He wants to meet the Lord again. And after discussing Krishna Katha for some time, now Ramanandra, he makes a request. He catches hold of the lotus feet of the Lord and he makes a request. Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, Prema Tattva Sar, Rasa Tattva, Lila Tattva, Vividha Prakar. There is a variety of transcendental truth. Krishna Tattva, the truth about Krishna. Radha Tattva, truth about Radharani. And Prema Tattva Sar, and the truth of their loving affairs. Rasa Tattva, Lila Tattva, the transcendental pastimes. They are Vividha Prakar, they are so very variegated. You have manifested all these truths in my heart. Again and again, Ramanandra is telling this. It is all your mercy. I am just a puppet. You are inspiring me. Uh, you are making me speak. More mukhi vakta tumi ho shrota. You are making me speak and you are only listening. जीवा हृदय प्रेरणा कर जीवाय कराओ वाणी की कहिए भाल मंद की छुई न जाने. Again and again he is telling, you are making me speak. Again here he is expressing, you have manifested all these transcendental truths in my heart, just like Narayan educated Lord Brahma in the beginning of the creation. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. As in the beginning of the creation, when Brahmaji was completely confused, what to do, what not to do, how to create this universe, what service I am supposed to do, first of all. In that situation, Krishna, he inspired him from within. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. So he's saying, just like Brahmaji was educated by Lord, you have educated me from within. And then Ramananda Rai continued. The super soul within everyone's heart speaks not externally but from within. He instructs the devotees in all respects, and that is the way of his instruction. That is his way of instruction. So he is very strongly telling that you are inspiring me. I am nothing in front. I am nothing. I am not speaking anything on my own. You are inspiring me to speak all that. That is how Paramatma inspires everyone. That's how Paramatma is working. He's always instructing his devotees what to do, what not to do, how to advance, how to serve, how to glorify. Matchakarthang matstotram matkathabhyudayankitam yadava tapsite nishtha saesha mat anugraha. Lord appears in front of Brahmaji and tells, oh Brahmaji, you heard tapa tapa. You know who spoke? I spoke. Who gave you faith in believing to believe those words? I gave you the faith. Who gave you strength to do tapasya? I gave. And now I have appeared and you're offering prayers. Who is giving you intelligence and words to speak those prayers? God says, I am giving. Whatever is happening in this world is manifestation of the Lord's energy. Lord is working in the lives of every living entity. Just like when Dhruva was completely confused, he wanted to offer prayers, but he didn't know what to do, how to offer prayers. He was a small child. Lord touched his conch shell to the forehead of small Dhruva and he started speaking, offering beautiful prayers. Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptam sanjeevayatyakil shaktidharasvadhamna anyam shahasya charana shravana tvagadin prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. You have entered my senses, you have enlivened all of them. Anta pravishya mama vacham, my speech, my ears, my eyes, my skin, everything is enlivened. So that's how Ramananda is saying, you are manifesting all these wonderful transcendental truths in my heart. Srila Prabhupada writes, Ramananda admits that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the super soul. It is a super soul that inspires the devotee. He is the original source of Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Swah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. This Savita, Tat Savitur, Prabhupada writes. Savita is the original source of intelligence. And this Savita is Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord gives the intelligence. Lord empowers. Lord gives all the direction. Prabhupada quotes a verse from Bhagavatam, second canto, fourth chapter. Prachodita yena pura saraswati vitanvata jasya satim smritim mriti swalakshana pradurabhuta kilasyatah same rishinam rishabha prasidatam. Shukdev Goswami is offering his prayers to the Supreme Lord. Prachodita yena pura saraswati. In the beginning, the Lord inspired Brahmaji to speak all these Vedas. Same Rishinam, that Supreme Lord may inspire me to speak this Bhagavatam. He quotes the first verse of the Bhagavatam, Janmadiyasya taha ato anvayaditarata chartheshu abhikyasvarat tene brahmaridaya adikavaye muhyanti yat surayah tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trishargo amrisha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So that's how Lord performs all these wonderful activities. So Ramananda, he is telling that you are that Supreme Lord. You inspired Brahma, Tene Brahmaritaya Adikavaye. You are that Supreme Lord who bewilders even Devatas. Muhyantiyat Suraya. All the manifestations of this world are coming from you only. But you are always situated in your abode. Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam. After glorifying Mahaprabhu in this way, Ramanand Rai said, actually he had one doubt, he said. Please be merciful to me and please remove my doubt. He continued. At first, I saw you in the form of a sannyasi holding a staff, danda, and a kamandalu. But now, I am seeing you in the form of Shyam Sundar. How is this? I'm seeing you as a cowherd boy. I'm seeing you as a very beautiful golden complexioned personality, and your entire body is covered with golden luster. Sometimes I see you as a golden lustered body. Sometimes I see you as Krishna, Shyamasundar. I see you that you are holding a flute to your mouth. You have peacock feather, your lotus eyes are moving restlessly because of ecstatic symptoms. Can you tell me who are you? Why are you showing all this duplicity? Please tell me what is your actual identity? Mahaprabhu, as he heard this, he starts smiling. प्रभु कहे कृष्ण तुम्हारा गाढ़ प्रेम होए प्रेमारा स्वभाव ए जानी ह निश्चय. Mahaprabhu says, you have deep love for Krishna. तो कृष्ण तुम्हारा गाढ़ प्रेम. You have deep love for Krishna, and one who has developed such deep love for Krishna, it is natural for him to see Lord everywhere. They see things in such a way. They see Lord everywhere. Premera swabhave janiha nischay. It is not very astonishing that you are seeing Lord everywhere. A devotee who is very advanced, whether he sees a movable object or an inert object, he sees Krishna everywhere. And then he speaks the very famous words we have heard many times. Sthavar jangam dekhi na dekhi tara murti saratra hai nij ishtadev spurti. Whenever advanced devotee sees anything of this world, sthavar or jangam, either moving, either non-moving or moving, he sees Krishna. Sarvatra hoye nij ishta deva spurti. He sees Krishna manifesting everywhere. Prabhupada writes, due to his deep ecstatic love for Krishna, Mahabhagavat sees Krishna everywhere. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. He sees Krishna everywhere. He sees all the manifestations as coming from the Lord. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, O Arjuna, whatever splendorous, attractive and beautiful opulent things you see in this world, they are coming from the spark of my splendor. Yad yad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam evava tattadeva avagachyatvam mama tejuvamsha sambhavam. So that's how a devotee, as soon as he sees something, he remembers Krishna. Mukunda, one time he went to the king Nawab Hussain Shah, and as he is giving medication, he was a doctor. A person comes and starts fanning the king with the peacock feather fan, and Mukunda falls down unconscious in ecstasy, seeing the peacock feather. He falls down from the high stage, and the king becomes surprised. What happened? He asks Mukunda after some time as he comes back to consciousness, what happened? He said, no, I have a disease of epilepsy. Sometimes this happens to me. So, but the king was also very intelligent. He understood that this person, he saw this peacock feather and then he fell down. He also understood that he is such an advanced devotee of the Lord. So the devotee sees Krishna everywhere. Prabhupada quotes verses from 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayoh pranav sarva vedeshu shabdakhe paurusham rishu. I am the taste of water. I am the light of sun and the moon. I am the strength of the strong. I am the sound Om. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam viddhi parsanadhanam buddhir buddhimadavasmi tejas tejasvinamam. All these things. Anything the devotee, pure devotee sees in this world, he sees it as a manifestation of Krishna. And that is what we have to cultivate. Learn to see Krishna everywhere. To such an extent, Prabhupada was so accommodative. One time a person came and he was addicted to drinking. And Prabhupada was trying to speak this philosophy and he was not understanding at all. And ultimately Prabhupada said, okay, at least can you do one thing? As you drink this alcohol, can you think that the taste of alcohol is Krishna? And this person said, yes, that is what I can relate to. So Prabhupada, he was so very expert in bringing everyone close to Krishna in whatever way, wherever they are. So Prabhupada, there is actually nothing is separate from Krishna. Everything is coming from Krishna only. As the second canto also describes. Dravya, kala, chakarmascha, swabhava, jiva, eva cha, vasudevo, paro, brahman, nacha, anyo, artho, asti, tattvataha. Whatever we see in this world, dravya, kala, karma, swabhava, jiva, they are all coming from Vasudeva only. Mahaprabhu is glorifying Ramanandra. You are such an advanced devotee. You are seeing Krishna everywhere. He quotes a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. The definition of Uttama Bhakta, Uttamadhikari. Sarva Bhuteshu Yah Pashyet Bhagavad Bhavamatmanaha Bhutani Bhagavati Atmani Esha Bhagavat Uttama. Bhagavat Uttam, how he sees Sarva Bhuteshu Bhagavad Bhavam. He sees Krishna everywhere. Everywhere, in everyone's heart, he sees Krishna. That's how he is completely Krishna conscious. He sees Krishna as the cause of all causes. Bhagavad Bhavamatmanaha. Then Mahaprabhu, he tells about the gopis. When Krishna, he left all the gopis, they were seeing the Vrindavan forest. And they were seeing the plants and the trees, and they were full of fruits and flowers. And the gopis are saying, oh, these plants are full of flowers and fruits because of their ecstatic love for Krishna. They are bowing down in front of Krishna out of respect. So they were inspired by the deep love for Krishna. All the gopas, as they are in the forest playing with Krishna, the gopas tell Krishna, just see, these trees are offering their obeisances. They are bowing down, they are offering their fruits to you. That is the mood of Uttama Bhakta. Prabhupada writes. This verse, Bhagavatam 10:35-9, is one of the songs the gopis sang during Krishna's absence. In this way, gopis were always absorbed in Krishna. So a devotee, he knows that everything belongs to Krishna and I'll use everything in service of Krishna. That is called as Yukta Vairagya. Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharham Upayunjataha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagya Muchyate. But a person who is not so advanced, Prabhupada writes about the impersonalists. The Mayavadi philosophers, they don't see Krishna everywhere. They see this material world as false. They see avatar as a manifestation of the material energy. They reject this world. प्रापंचिकतया बुद्ध्या हरिसंबंधी वस्तुना मुमुक्षुभि परित्यागो वैराग्यम फल्गु कथ्यते. All their renunciation, it is actually false. One time devotees, they brought a picture of a very famous renounced yogi, and this picture was, a big pile of money was kept, and this yogi, this very renounced sage, he was doing like this, disgusted with the material nature. Prabhupada said, okay, take one more picture. Put a bag, a pile of money in front of me, and I will embrace it. That is a devotee. He uses everything in Krishna's service because everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is property of Krishna. Krishna is manifesting in everything. Mahaprabhu continues. Radha Krishna tomar mahaprem hoy. Yaha taha Radha Krishna tomara spure. So he's glorifying. Oh, Radha Krishna tomar mahaprem. You have such a intense love for Radha and Krishna. So therefore, wherever you are seeing Radha and Krishna. Yaha taha Radha Krishna tomara spure. You are seeing Krishna everywhere. Ramananda, he didn't like all these talks. He says, oh Mahaprabhu, please give up all these serious talks. Please do not conceal your real form from me. Ramananda, he said, actually I can understand that you have assumed the ecstasy and the complexion of Srimati Radharani and you have appeared in this form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are the same Supreme Lord, Krishna. And therefore, you have descended for your own personal reasons. You have come to experience that bliss of supreme love of God, which Radharani experiences, and you want to give this Krishna prem to everyone. That is the reason of appearance of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anarpit charim chirat karunayavatirna kalau samarpayitum unnat ujjwal rasam swabhakti shriyam. The Supreme Lord has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give what no one has offered so far. He says, please do not conceal your form. You have appeared to deliver everyone. Please show mercy and deliver me also. Why you are behaving in such a duplicitous way? Please do not do this to me. Reveal your beautiful form. Mahaprabhu, as he heard this, he smiled. तबे हासी तारे प्रभु देखाइला स्वरूप रसराज महाभाव दुई एक रूप. So Mahaprabhu smiled, and then he manifested his very wonderful form. Rasaraja Mahabhava say Dui Rupa. So Mahaprabhu showed him this two form as very famous picture. Rasaraj and Mahabhava, Radha Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that beautiful golden complexion. Mahabhupa, Mahabhava. So then, as Ramananda Rai, he sees this most beautiful, effulgent form of the Lord manifesting as Radha and Krishna. He became so ecstatic. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ahladini Shaktirasmat. Who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the combined form of Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna, they have appeared again together. Radha Bhava Dviti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Taking the complexion of Srimati Radharani, Lord Krishna has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Rai falls unconscious. He loses his consciousness. He falls down to the ground. Ramananda Rai, as he falls down, Mahaprabhu touches his hand and brings him back to the consciousness. And again, Ramananda Rai sees Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. He's again struck with wonder. Mahaprabhu embraced Ramananda Rai and he said, till now, no one has seen this form. First time I'm revealing this form to you. And therefore, all the truths about my pastimes and mellows are within my knowledge. And therefore, I have shown this beautiful form to you. It is a very, very rare form which I am showing to you. Radha Bhav Angikari, Angikanti Kori Angikar, Nij Ras Aswadite Kori Achin Avatar. निज गूढ़ कार्य तुम्हार प्रेम आस्वादन आनुसंग प्रेममय कोइले त्रिभुवन. So Ramanandra, he prayed to the Lord and Mahaprabhu revealed his beautiful form. And as Mahaprabhu is now glorifying, describing his own pastimes, his own form, why he has appeared, he says, actually, my body does not have a fair complexion. He's telling in the mood of Krishna now. But it appears because I have touched the body of Srimati Radharani. And she does not touch anyone but the son of Nanda Maharaj. So therefore, I have now covered my body. I have converted my body and the mind into the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani. And thus I am tasting my own personal sweetness in that form. That was the reason, internal reason. There are three internal reasons for appearance of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To understand what is the mood, what is the glory of Radharani's love. What is there in me which she is experiencing? And what is the happiness which my devotees experience when they serve me? I want to taste all this. Saukyam cha syamat anubhavatah kidrisho vetti lobhat tad bhavadya samajani sachi garva shindu harindu. So Mahaprabhu is revealing all this. That I converted my body and mind into the ecstasy of Radharani so that I can taste my own sweetness. And then Mahaprabhu, he admitted to Ramanandra, actually now there is no confidential activity unknown to you. I have revealed you my form. Although I tried to conceal it, but I could not do so. Because you have such intense love for Krishna. So therefore, I have revealed all these wonderful secrets in front of you. And then Mahaprabhu requested Ramananda Rai. He tells Ramananda Rai, please don't reveal all these secrets to anyone. Keep all these secrets with you. Because people in the world, they are not at that level to understand and hear all these wonderful secrets. So please keep all of them to yourself. Don't tell this to anyone. Mahaprabhu says, he continues, you know why our frequency is matching? Don't tell this, others will not understand. They will feel that you are a mad person. What are you saying? People may take it lightly. They will laugh at you. They will laugh at all these, wonderful descriptions. But you and me, we are discussing all these wonderful pastimes so nicely, and we are enjoying, relishing. You know why? Ami ek batul, tumi dutiya batul, ateva mai tomai hoye samatul. So very beautifully. Mahaprabhu is telling, I am one madman, and you are also another madman. Therefore, we are on the same platform there. Our frequency is matching. Maybe pagal, aap bhi pagal. That's why two mad people can come together and discuss something, and others will think, what are they discussing? They will not be able to relate to whatever we have discussed. Prabhupada writes. All these conversations between Ramanandra and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appear ludicrous to a common man who is not a devotee. Because the level of discussions which have happened between Ramanandra and Mahaprabhu, they are not ordinary. They began with Varnashram And very soon, Mahaprabhu, he brought him to Kanta Prem and then all beyond that. So how can a person who's full of lust, anger, greed, anarthas, how can they understand all these wonderful discussions? Prabhupada writes, the entire world is full of the material conceptions, and therefore people are unable to understand all these esoteric principles of Radha Prema, Radha Krishna Prema. Those who are overly attached to mundane activities cannot understand the ecstatic conversations between Ramananda and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Lord requested him to please keep all these things secret. Not to speak of mundane people, even practicing devotees. Unless one is purified of lust, anger, how can they discuss about Radha Krishna Leela? That's why Srila Prabhupada warned. We should never indulge in discussing all these esoteric pastimes. Here, Kaviraj Goswami has given such a balanced, and he didn't go into the details of all these ecstatic descriptions. Although whatever he describes is much more than what we can digest. Prabhupada writes, if one is actually advanced in Krishna consciousness, he can understand these confidential talks. Otherwise, they appear crazy. He quotes a verse from Bhagavad Gita, Yanisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sanisha pashyato muneha. Only a spiritualist can understand what other spiritualist is doing. Because for a spiritualist, all the things which materialists are doing, they cannot understand. Because it is beyond their way of working. Spiritual, a devotee never ever does anything which a mundane material person does. And a materialistic person, what he thinks? Oh, these people, they're wasting their time. Wasting their time and energy and just hearing, chanting, sitting at one place, doing nothing. Prabhupada writes, sometimes Krishna consciousness appears like a type of madness to mundane people. Just as the activities of mundaners are considered a form of madness by Krishna conscious men. Both think कि दूसरा वाला पागल है, you know. So that's how the difference between Krishna conscious person and a materialistic person is. So a devotee should only mix with another devotee, not with anyone else. Because a materialist can never understand. And what to speak of discussing all these esoteric pastimes. So therefore Mahaprabhu is saying, Ami ek batul, tumi dutiya batul, atev amay tomay hoy samatul. In this way, Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai, they spent 10 more days together. And then Kaviraj Goswami describes Nigod Brajera Rasa Lilara Vichar Anek Kohilatara Napailapar. After describing so many detailed things, Kaviraj Goswami says actually the conversations between Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were most confidential because they were about the transcendental love of Radha and Krishna, about Braj Bhav, Braj Prema. Although they talked at a great length about these pastimes, they could not reach the limit. Radharani, Krishna, and Vishakha. Ramananda is Vishakha Devi. Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna. They both are, all three of them are discussing. And they can't reach the limit of the discussions. So how can an insignificant living entity understand? Ami jiva shudra buddhi sahaja sthir ishwarera lila koti samudra gambhir. So all the living entities, they are very insignificant. Shudra buddhi, our intelligence is like upamandu kanyaya. always disturbed. How can somebody understand the Ishwarera lila? And what to speak of Radha Krishna lila? In Bhagavatam, it is described by Shukadeva Goswami that creation pastimes are difficult to understand. Creation pastimes are easy to understand. I can understand creation pastimes, not the lila avatar, lila pastimes. Somebody may say, well, there is some mistake, it seems. I can understand creation, pastimes of the Lord, Radha Krishna pastimes, 10th canto pastimes I can understand. Purusha avatar pastimes, how creation happens, so very complex. Shukdev Goswami tells other way. He says Purusha avatar katha is easy, then Leela avatar katha. Why it is easy? Because nobody can imitate Purusha avatar pastimes. Nobody can say, I will also create universe. No, it is not possible. Impossible. But to imitate Radha Krishna Leela, it is easy. Because they don't understand who is Radha Krishna. They just make a show of devotion and all these apasampradayas. So that's how Srila Prabhupada, he has given us such wonderful basis of bhakti. Right there in Bhagavatam, first canto, it tells one should not jump to 10th canto pastimes. Read systematically from first canto to 10th canto, 9th canto, and then enter 10th canto. And Prabhupada never ever touched Ras Leela. Even if you hear the Radhashtami lectures, Prabhupada will speak about the basic principles of Krishna consciousness. One time, one life member, he asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, can you speak about Rasa Leela? Prabhupada, he just wanted to, divert the whole thing and he started describing the basic philosophy. No, Swamiji, can you speak about some intimate pastimes, Rasa Leela pastimes? Again and again, 2-3 times they asked. Prabhupada was not ready to speak on that topic. Ultimately, Prabhupada told them, you may be qualified to hear, I am not qualified to speak it. So therefore, all these pastimes which are discussed, they are just for our worshipping. We cannot even hear them in our contaminated state. So we can just worship them because they are so very pure and they are beyond our imagination to understand. So that's how all these wonderful discussions, they were going on. So we'll stop here. We'll continue next time. Hare Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.